Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jay and welcome to The Ship Life. The biggest question I'm often asked on this channel is if I would ever work on cruise ships again. Well, I have worked for Carnival and NCL, and there's times that I've thought about going back. But then there are people that watch this channel and they hate my channel or me for whatever reason, and they say that I can't work on cruise ships anymore because of the things I talk about here on this channel. I want to say that that's not true, but there is some truth in the fact that, in a way, I can't really work on cruise ships anymore. As I was just reminded after going to a Royal Caribbean audition that I don't really have the set of skills that they're looking for, which I'll explain in a minute. So here's the deal. When you work on cruise ships, there is a certain flavor or, basically what they have is something known as typecasting. They are allowed to legally discriminate based on your race, your gender, your style of dance, your height, your weight. All that stuff is applicable when you're going to an audition. Now, I have gone to 2 auditions this year. The first one was for Virgin Voyages, which I honestly thought they did a pretty good job. Virgin Voyages is very, they offer a variety of different talents on board their ships, allowing people that have different dance styles, different talents, different abilities, different sets of skills to showcase them at the audition. And that's something that I have not seen really anywhere else. And when you talk about an audition, let's say for Royal Caribbean, they are very particular as far as what they want at the audition, even though that's not exactly what they're looking for whenever you arrive over there. So I did put in my submission and whatnot and apply to go to the audition over in Orlando, which is only like an hour or so away from me. But the problem that I faced when going to the Royal Caribbean audition was that they weren't exactly looking for my style of dance. They didn't even want to see it, in fact. Because when you apply for the audition, they say that they want you to learn this contemporary dance. If you don't know what contemporary is, it's kind of like a slow movement, and it's not really what I do. They also want you to do what's called an across the floor movement, where it's a bunch of jumps and leaps that you may have learned from the contemporary style or ballet. I'm a hip hop dancer and a break dancer as well, and you can kind of just put it in the category of break dancer, hip hop, head, and acrobat, if that makes sense. Now, one thing I've learned just by working at theme parks and for touring companies and cruise lines as well is that I'm kind of a rare breed. Most cruise lines or any entertainment for that matter, any entertainment entity, they don't typically hire people like me because I guess the professionalism, I will admit, can be rare sometimes amongst people like me that pretty much come from nothing. Next thing you know, we're traveling all over the world. But I'm not talking about myself. I try to be as professional as I can be, but I've seen it happen time and time again. In fact, whenever I was working for Carnival, so this is only for a short time that I was doing this, they had something known as the Fun Force, not to be confused with the Fun Squad. So if you guys don't know, way back when on the Carnival Fantasy Dream Elation, now I want to say about 10, 15 years ago, they had breakdancers there known as the Fun Force, and it did really well. Unfortunately, they were hired to a third-party company, and that third-party company kind of went and did its own thing, so it was gone. And if you look at any other cruise ship, you'll see that you're not going to typically see somebody with my style of dance. You'll usually see, no offense, but the same cookie-cutter dance, singer-dancer shows that are going on board cruise ships. And personally, I wish that cruise lines had more variety. But anyway, getting back to the audition, when you go to Royal Caribbean, for example, and usually they have one in Miami or they have one in Orlando, and they are looking for somebody of a contemporary style. But the thing is, whenever I looked at the audition paperwork and what they were looking for, they said anybody with a special skill, aka b-boying, acrobatics, or hip-hop dance, they will also be looking at that skill as well. But for me, it's always kind of like a shot in the dark. You never know how they're going to do it. They're going to usually teach you something. In this case, they had you virtually just learn something and then apply it and showcase it at the audition. And then sometimes they may give you some time to show off your specialty skills. When I went to the Royal audition, nah, they weren't even interested in that. So pretty much I went all the way over there and made myself look like a fool by trying to do this contemporary dance, and that was it. So in the eyes of the people that were judging and potentially recruiting, I looked like the guy that had no skill whatsoever because they couldn't see what I actually had to offer. And I do believe that should change. Now, for one reason, I do understand there is kind of like a monopoly on the style of dance that the overall entertainment industry is looking for, because there's so many dancers that are, qualified and versatile in the contemporary ballet style of dance. Now, I do believe in versatility. There should always be, a couple different styles of dances you should learn. However, me coming from the streets, I didn't have, my parents rather, they didn't have $1,000 a month to dish out for me to learn these styles of dance. And for me being a hip hop dancer, it was kind of frowned upon to learn things outside of like the hip hop culture. But anyway, guys, I just think it's a little strange, seeing as how breakdancing alone, if you guys don't know, is going to be in the 2024 Olympics. Now, when I was on the Carnival Mardi Gras, I did talk to the head of entertainment, their entertainment director, and I told him about this, right? He's in charge of all the ships. So I talked to him and Christine Duffy, and I pitched the idea. I said, you know, if you guys had breakdancers on your ship again, it would be a good step ahead for what's to come with the, anticipated popularity that's going to be with breaking, with it coming back to somewhat of the mainstream. Now, I know a lot of people out there, and let's say maybe you're older, you don't think breaking is not really a thing anymore. Breakdance, that is. It's kind of for you that thing that took place in New York a long time ago. No, I travel all over the world to competitions, and the level of people with what they're doing these days are extremely, it's amazing. It's mind-blowing. It's futuristic. It's ahead of its time. But I'm just not talking about myself. I just want to wrap up by saying that it's interesting, and if I want to get back into entertainment on cruise ships, it's probably going to be slim to none as far as the chances of me getting back on a cruise ship. But we'll see. I did go to the Virgin Voyages audition. I made it all the way to the final because they were actually somewhat, accepting of my skill set, and as well as the skill sets of others, of people that had dance styles outside of like ballet and contemporary. And I do believe that cruise ships should have a little bit more variety on board. I don't want to make this a rant. I just know a lot of people were asking about how my audition went, and they want to know how the audition process goes. Just know that typically they are very vanilla, very cookie cutter as far as what they're looking for. But again, it's just kind of like the monopoly that goes on in the industry. But if you guys have any questions, anybody is curious as far as how the audition process works, you want to get a little bit more in depth, you want a little more details, just let me know in the comment section below. Again, I don't want to make this as some nitpicky, jealousy thing, because personally, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I don't really need to be on cruise ships. I want to make that very clear. YouTube pays pretty well, if you guys don't know. I'm not going to throw out the numbers. Maybe I'll do that down the road, but honestly, I make anywhere from double, if not triple the money that I've made literally anywhere else just by being here on YouTube. So I'm not really complaining whatsoever. I just know that I'm getting older for one, and I want my opportunities to be stretched out as far as they can, because before I'll know it, I'll be kind of aged out, right? I'll be 30 next year. Even though I look somewhat younger-ish, right? I don't want the situation of an opportunity potentially just going away because I didn't kind of put myself out there, because you never know what could come your way when you actually just, stretch out your fins and get out there for the world to see. And look at what happened with my YouTube channel. It's a full-fledged digital business, which is amazing. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it right here. I do have another video coming out tomorrow. I just wanted to put something out there that wasn't cruise news. I just wanted to maybe let you guys know like what the inside is like for people that are trying to get ahead in the entertainment space or work on a cruise ship as far as entertainment. But who knows? Maybe I'll be a cruise director or a comedian. Well, never mind. Forget about that last one. I'm not funny. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. On your way out, please hit that like button. Let me know what your comments are in the comment section below, and I'll see you very soon. Take care, guys.